you'll be fine.
I'm back.
Okay. Oh, we're at the boss. Oh god. Oh god. No.
Tangled in my headset cable.
We got Everdark Dog. So I
Oh
switched
gosh.
weapons so I don't get one shot by everything.
Yeah.
Even though it's probably still gonna happen, but I just never got good at Everdark Dog. Too lazy.
He's scary, man.
It's so hard. They so have you played since they like buffed Raider? Oh shit. Like his R2s are fast now.
Oh yeah, I remember reading about that. God, I'm so rusty at this game.
Nice. Ooh. You might like these. Sellsword wind blades.
Wind blades?
Yeah, the sellsword wind blades from DS3.
Oh.
They're pretty goated. Oh, you know what? Let's go this way.
Wait, did you drop sellsword twin blades? Because I didn't see them.
I did. They're right here.
Okay, yeah, they're definitely not showing for me.
What the heck? Okay, hold on.
Right.
Dropping them here. Do you see these?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
I don't.
strange.
It was a blue background. I don't know if it was just hard to see. Maybe. Who knows?
Oh, you need to grab the item before dropping them, apparently.
Whoa.
Like, instead of dropping it from the...
I, okay.
I assume you dropped it from, like, the screen itself, right?
I might have done that. Yeah. Okay.
I guess that's a bug.
Ugh. I don't know where you like to go from here, but I usually jump all the way down and...
Yeah, you lead
like
the way.
Okay.
You definitely played this game a bit more than me recently.
Yeah, I stopped for a while, but I don't know. I like, I don't know. It's just a nice jump in and play game.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I have so many hours in this game, more than I expected, honestly.
Right.
So, you want to go down here?
Sure, let's go down. There's a boss at the end, yeah. I don't really have a weapon yet, but let's see what we got. Godskin Stitcher. I'm heading down.
It's crazy that modders have just like added this stuff and
Yeah.
like FromSoft couldn't
Snail. Snail. I don't remember if snail's normally here or what. Like if this or this is modded.
I see him over here.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, he's so close. Oh, he died to my poison.
Oh, here we go. Some great stars. And cold great stars. Nice. Okay.
Does the Suncatcher count as like a guard counter? Oh yeah, I just realized I have the Everjail relic on. We're on the DLC now. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Relics are optional in this game, especially without Deep in Night.
Yeah.
That's how I always look at it. Okay. See if we can do this boss like right here.
All right.
First. Then we can tree up. Who is it? Oh, it's Bellbearing Hunter. Want to have a go?
I'm doing nothing. Oh, and he bounced me away too.
you get your L2 charged?
Yeah, I had a charge. I don't know if it
Oi!
hit me in the back of the head.
Oh shoot! I get through my punch. I hate that ult though.
Yeah.
So easy to get hit by stuff.
I'm so rusty at this class. I don't even know what I'm
we
doing.
can. Let's see. How's that? Oh, we still got time. Ouch.
Forgetting how to play this game.
Yeah, I traded. He's not even red eye. Dunked on. Ooh. No, I was about to ult. Fuck. Oh no. 3. You just let me die, Lord.
Okay.
Res. Oh no, all of the storm's here. It's okay, you can just let me die.
Oh shit.
It's giving us a handicap. So it's
Mm.
a little more fun. Oh look, they spawn me next right. They spawn me right next to a crystal.
Oh, nice. Where do we go from here?
Let's drop off here-ish.
Oh, did you get on the tree?
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
god,
on
I
the
just...
tree.
What am I fucking doing, bro? Oh my god, Lobos, I'm not good.
It's fine.
I just ran
It's
into a
fine.
fucking hole, bro.
That's this map, though.
Yeah, oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. My god, it's Giga storming outside.
Oh, damn. Let's see, I'm over here at the Mage Tower.
Alright.
Open it real quick to see what it...
Can you make this? Oh.
Oh, no!
No, it's fine. It's fine, man. It's fine.
Yeah, it is fine. That's
We'll
the
be
thing.
fine.
You can always
This is
recover.
just a warm-up.
Okay, so you're here. Nice. We'll recover with this Clean Rot Knight.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Coming. No, day 2 is gonna be great. Oh, there's a bear down here.
Super great. I wouldn't fuck with the bear.
I got depth 5. I didn't get 9999 though. I'm honestly so rusty at this game right now. Be poison. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Does that have frost on it too?
Yeah. Ooh. Oh my gosh, I just got...
You might
battle
want
hammered, too.
this weapon. Actually, this should be good for you, I think, right? Because it's holy.
Colossal.
And we're against the
Yeah,
dog.
against dog?
Yeah.
Big time. Let's go through it. Wow, I haven't seen the legendary merchant in forever. I don't know. I've got bleed, frost, and rot on double jumpy attacks.
Damn.
Let's see who this is here. I haven't touched a Grace in a while. Level 3.
Level 3. I'm level
Yeah.
4. Nice.
Okay, well, Moose might take a while, but let's smash.
Yeah, just cleared this camp out. I mean, I'm down to try.
Yeah, let's give it a go.
You poison the moose.
I don't know. Oh, nice.
Oh, that was good. Oh my gosh.
Reflecting moves. Wait a minute. Oh, it's already next day. Oh, end of day. That's fine. We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
I haven't seen any status on him.
Yeah.
Easy.
Alright.
Okay. Wow. I get absolute trash. That's fine.
Oh, we're like level 6.
Yeah, I'm
6, 7. Not bad.
No. This.
No, this is just a mod. Fucking enemy. I got level 7. It's not bad.
Yeah. Easy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have...
Oh,
Does this have a follow-up?
Mesmer? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's the ringed knight spear.
Oh, crystal right here. Oh, the ringed knight spear. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's DS3, right?
Yeah, DS3. All right, let's see if we get a unique boss for this. A lot of times it is just kind of the normal bosses or whatever, but we'll see. We'll see.
I see. So is it? It's Shadow the Tree bosses and
DS3.
And DS3, okay. But I guess it's like not. Like it's more like the. Could it be like any boss from them? Like, are we gonna get like Prime Consort Radon?
I probably haven't seen them all. Like it's still mixed in with the normal boss.
Yeah, yeah.
So sometimes you just don't see new stuff. So I don't know what all is in there. I did get. Oh, last time I played, I had Mother of Fingers as a boss.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, this kind of. So I don't think we're gonna see the boss at all. King Prince and
Uh huh.
Oh my god. Amazing. I just want to kill. Ow, we're zoning. Nice. Nice. Okay, nice.
I'm tanking.
Oh
I'm dead.
Oh no, that's alright. We got one dead. Oh wait, that's it. That's the whole fight, I think, right? Flies away. Oh, what the? What if you kill him? Oh, maybe not. No, that's right. He does the power up and then flies away.
Yeah. That's all you.
Say easy.
Is the game sound okay, chat? I feel like maybe it's a bit too quiet.
Mm. We could do. Who was the boss? Oh, the bear.
Yeah, there was a bear down below.
And then we'll see where the next. I think we need one more crystal. Maybe two more. I don't remember how much it is for two people.
Yeah. Lobos is slow a bit.
Well,
Just adjusting some audio levels. I'm coming.
yeah, no worries. I'll just die to bear. Ow. Oh, nice.
Wow, he gets staggered for so long.
Let's see. Two fire weapons. It's kind of useless. Whatever. Okay. I guess we're gonna head here. We can go do. Actually, I think there's a drop off bridge we can take. It's a little scary of a jump, but.
Okay. Oh yeah, we just dropped like
Straight here.
straight below. Yeah.
Let me check out those bosses and then get that crystal.
Yeah. How many crystals have we got? Or how many do we need total?
2. So I think we just need one more.
Okay.
I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot to look at the skins.
Oh yeah. I noticed you hadn't chosen the skin. Oh, that some of the the new classes don't have any, unfortunately, but they're still updating the mods.
Cool.
Alright. Do this. Oh, these guys are kind of annoying in this. They don't full stagger and they hit hard.
Yeah, these guys have like infinite poise.
Yeah. Ow.
Wow, yeah, that does so much damage. My gosh.
Omega 1. See, their stagger isn't even you can't crit them. Aquamarine dagger. Up up.
Oh, this guy.
It doesn't stagger either.
Trying to parry him. I have no idea what his moveset is.
Alright, let's get that other crystal.
Yeah.
And then we can go, let's probably go north and get the church.
Yeah, and then just do that big castle.
Yeah, we can go back. Well, I guess we just run it. I'm gonna say, instead of doing the big jump.
There's damage negation at full health in the shop. Also
Ooh,
improved
nice.
holy attack power.
There's
Winged
also
sight.
legendary merchant right above us too.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, damage against you full dog. Let's see. Okay.
How much did the legendary merchant cost? Like really expensive, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. It depends on I think what it is. Like I said, I haven't seen him in forever. Okay, we'll be good on the circle. Oh, I think we
100K.
do need one more crystal. Oof.
Oh, it's the Giga Merchant. Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's
Giga
not great.
Merchant. You know what? I'll run and grab this. Almost fell. Not even close. But we also still need to get the buff in order to run around and make that. So we have to double back.
Yeah.
If you want to head there, I should be getting the crystal in
Okay.
30 seconds.
Hey, we forgot.
Let's just jump towards that church.
Yeah, sounds good. Man, this jump takes you so far.
Yeah.
This RE9 speedrun attempts, what? I feel like I should have picked up those claws. Oh wait, I start with Lord of Blood? That's a damage buff. Hey, buddy. Getting crabbed.
Oh, getting cracked. Oh, the Infernal Talisman.
Yeah, you can grab that. I started with the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. Is that normal?
What?
Unless I found it.
Oh, I don't think so. That must be part of the. Well, actually, I don't know. But probably part of the mod, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
That's weird, though. That's part of the More Talismans mod.
Oh.
Interesting.
Non-modded skins get free talismans. Wait, are you serious?
What? Really?
That's silly. Oh, you're gonna want this.
Oh. So many choices. You go up to the other mini boss, or yeah, let's do that and then head down.
Okay. Is this the mini boss?
Yeah. Milady.
Is there a link to the mod? No. I think Lobos.
Big boss down here.
I guess I can fix it after this game.
The most dangerous enemy in Nightreign, according to their infographic.
I believe it. Oh my gosh.
No, big punch. Thank you. No, sir, madam.
Oh, it saved me.
Ooh. Oh, double Devonia.
Oh, I got something good for you as well.
Okay. Oh, gosh.
That works for power stance, right?
Oh, yeah, it does. Dang, okay. All right. Switch into that then. Hop
There's
up
a
and
boss
do
up here.
Godskin duo, or-
Right?
Yeah, it's like Godskin or Hippo.
Do we need to go up
Really?
the tower?
No, just like this very lower floor. Yeah, it's Godskin duo here.
Okay.
Oh, punch him in. Bro, oh my god. He's almost dead. Wow. Noble sleeping.
Who's tired?
All right. We can hop up and do one more little mini boss.
Yeah, sounds good.
And to the east. It's just another noble.
Is there something up the tower here? Is it another boss?
Yeah, there's another boss, and then there's like a chance when you kill a boss in the castle that a red boss will spawn that drops like the.
You want to go up?
the night
Maybe we can do
yeah.
it?
Yeah. Sort of right. Yeah, so straight up should be another mini boss. Usually it procs by this point, but sometimes it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So now we go up here, and then if we're lucky, see the storm coming though.
It's not deep of
Whoa.
night, so I guess. So yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it could
it
spawn
didn't
up
happen.
here, but it's just random. I see.
Yeah. It's like most of the times I've seen it's a black blade kindred.
Mm-hmm.
But look at that, we wiped hard and we're still gonna hit it.
Yeah. How'd I not die? That's just you just don't take fall damage in this game. Unless you fall in a hole, true. Yo, Booth, thank you for the 138 months. Nightreign got new weapons? No.
Nice.
Yeah, we're doing the spin loop on him.
Yeah. Changing targets.
Yeah, that attack does like surprising amount of damage.
Oh, we got the meter.
Nice.
All right, frickin' dog.
This is Everdark?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Frozen Whirl.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
All right.
Do you have any money left over?
3,000.
Okay. That's fine then.
Gonna tapped.
Taking Glint Blades. Well, this isn't Deep of Night, so I don't really feel like it matters. But you have 2 of those hammers? Damn.
Yep. Yep. Oh my god. Trashed on, dude. Don't let my punch. Ooh, oh my god.
Yeah, I've got the bounties. Or Solurias. Not looking good for you, bud. Oh. Nice.
Nice. Wow. that damage at the beginning, but he even pops. So
Yeah, I got the like tree AoE onto him at the same time.
damn. Yeah. Nice. That was sick. All right, pick you a skin
Yeah.
this time.
If it was deep at night, I'd be one-shotted. Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go Duchess, 2B Duchess, unless there's something I want more health for.
2B, oh shit.
Yeah, 2B Duchess. Only on Duchess.
Maybe we'll have to double Duchess.
Double Duchess. Good.
Oh wow, there's a lot of skins, holy.
Yeah. Some of the classes have a ton. Some have like 2 or 3. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. Be right back.
All right. Virgil. Good old 2B. The Maiden in Black, Melina.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, 1 sec. I'm gonna do Duchess, I think.
I took off. Oh wait, did I take off dog? Yeah. So no dog, no auger, just so we don't get the same boss.
Yeah. I'll just go with this, actually, it's fine. Okay. Double 2B. Let's do it.
Let's go. Oh, Dark Drift, nice. Yeah, that'll be easy. Same start. Huh?
I feel like there's only a few different spots you can start on this map.
Yeah.
Many options.
Oh no.
I'm coming.
No health. Oh, you start with frost.
Yeah, Hoarfrost Stomp is like, it's like the best starting one. It's so good.
Ooh, milady.
Ooh.
Nice. Let's go up here. Loadered. Yeah, let's get some blood stuff. Sometimes there's a crystal over here. Down below, though, I think.
Hmm. Do we want to go down below?
No. Stay up. I'm just looking for a crystal. See it, but I'm gonna take a jumpy up there.
All right.
Crows.
Did you level up?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot. Bro.
Oh God. He's hopeless.
Where is the grace here?
It's right here by the dogs are disabling it over here. Nice. Ooh, blood iron balls. Let's go. Let's go to the church next. Oh, there's a merchant here. I don't have any money though. Let's see.
Yeah, same.
Weapons didn't look like anything special.
Why aren't Shadow the Air true weapons in the game by default? Yeah, I don't know. It's FromSoft just lazy.
For crystal up top.
It's really stupid that they're not,
Let's
honestly.
go like here. There's a mini boss and sometimes a crystal. Oh, it's a bear. And there is a crystal. Nice.
Oh, nice.
White rune bear. Ow. No, sir. I'm a ult. I'm scared.
I'm coming. Oh my god.
Yeah. A little squishy. A little big stun. Whoa. I somehow did not get hit by that. Stagger swing, yeah, there we go.
Cool.
That's a big chunk of damage.
Oh, oopsies. Oh,
Oh, God.
careful, buddy.
Nice. Close one, though. Or
What are we against again? Oh yeah, we want lightning.
Oh, Dark Drift, yeah. Technically lightning. Oh, this is good timing. We can hit like... Yeah. spot. I almost always like go to the same one.
Yeah.
There's spiked cestus over here if you want.
Oh,
wait, what is that?
Euphoria.
Oh my god, Euphoria, holy shit. 60% successive attacks negate damage.
Yeah, you can take it.
Okay. Holy.
I mean, that's really good. It's holy too. So, or wait, no, holy, not
Yeah.
not lightning. God, Euphoria must be insane with like the balancer relics.
With all the buffs and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That weapon can do so much damage.
See what the mini bosses are here. We need, I think, 2 more crystals. The only thing I missed from all the other relics is having rally on like everyone.
Yeah.
Most of mine were on the Deep and Night relics, so that's great. There's star fists on the merchant as well.
Oh, there's gods can do out here.
Down or up?
Up, like in the center.
Okay. You do them now, or there's a black knight?
Maybe we do the. Oh, we could try it, I guess.
I'm gonna. Almost that great.
Same.
Whoa. Twin Prince's Greatsword. All these holy weapons, though. Passive. Doing pretty good compared to last time. Coming down for the Black Knight.
Alright. And maybe the Aquamarine Dagger would have been good. I don't know. I don't really like that weapon very much normally. They're so annoying.
There you go. I hope we played for a second. Euphoria time. Let's try and get this. Before it
Sure.
gets absorbed.
I haven't found a single staff yet, is the thing. I don't remember, is there like a guaranteed source of staves in this? In the DLC? I don't actually know where you go for staves in the DLC. I feel like the base map is like definitely easier to get stabs on. there a boss here?
There is. It's a Death Knight here.
Oh.
Oh, wait. I don't know where you're at. Oh, yeah.
You can like charge that too.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty glowy, but not enough. Crap. Oh, no!
Goodbye.
Choke slam. Oh, God. Demon's Scar. I never used this. What kind of weapon do you want for Duchess?
I actually have the Demon Scar right now.
Oh.
Since you're using Euphoria, you could take this, I suppose. Is that a different... What? You're like constantly summoning these like holy projectiles. That...
Oh. Oh, that might be a unique thing for this. I'm not sure. I hadn't noticed. Let me see. This flare. Not right here. Oh wait, there is one right here. I'm dumb. Blind.
Oh. Nice.
I think that's.
That all of them?
Cracks.
Did we not break? Isn't there one in like the center normally? Like here? I don't know if we
There
forgot
can
to
be.
break that.
It's not 100%.
Okay.
Oh, the projectiles I think are from. Let me see. I have Ostrix, Twin Prince's Greatsword in my offhand. Let me see.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Ah, successive attacks will cause homing orbs of light to spawn over time. So yeah, they have new legendary effects. It's pretty sick. Euphoria doesn't have one though, it's already
Come on, Lob.
I don't know how to tell my charge. Glowing, but
Yeah, I know it takes like, it's pretty hard to get it fully charged because you have to really keep attacking like constantly. Although I think they buffed it at one point, so I assume this is like the buffed version. I know when the DLC came out, it was like incredibly difficult to fully charge it. You had to be like non-stop attacking them for like 10 seconds straight.
I just realized I was doing this for but it's still doing good damage. I didn't even know. Oh, it's a slurper. Oh.
This guy.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think this version of the Moose was ever in Nightreign.
Oh.
These are
I
so
have
bad.
so much successive attack stuff.
So where do you think this last crystal is gonna be?
Um,
We like ride the tree and look for one, maybe?
okay. There can be one like over here somewhere. I didn't see it. It's gonna pop them on the map in a second, so I'm just gonna
Oh yeah, true.
kill.
Rude.
Ooh. Yeah, tree's not a bad idea. We can go do that formidable boss at the very end of the tree ride.
Mm-hmm.
And then hit that crystal.
Like down here.
Yeah, this guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then we can Spirit Spring and get to the crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Oh, there is a crystal right here. Yeah, it's underground.
Another moose.
Moose killed. Alright.
This weapon's actually really good. Holy crap. That was so fast.
The music was just starting for me. Oh. And a millennium. Right.
Do we do it or?
I usually skip it solo for
Okay,
sure,
yeah,
but if you want to, we can do it. It's apparently like really, they buffed the effect on it.
Oh.
I still just go for it.
All right. You can do that one. I mean, should we do it together? I don't.
I've got no, we can split up. 'Cause I got holy damage too, so it's gonna melt. Oh my gosh.
I guess just make sure to get the crystal over there too.
Yep. Mine exploded.
I'm not going the. I'm not going a good way here.
Popping it, and then I'll probably jump to the other doll.
Yeah, sounds good.
Ow. Dude, ant. What the Alright, dead.
Nice.
Yeah, this holy just shredded. Big time. We can go up top, I guess. So like the castle. There's also a mini boss down here. I don't know if you jumped down.
I am like up on the castle right now.
Okay, yeah. And then turn it back.
Sounds good.
You got the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Is the circle good?
Bad, so we'll
Okay.
take the portal. Do you want to try the
Oh, yeah, we could. I killed the air traptor here.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'm coming.
Ooh, Sonaf.
Lion Great Ball. Oh my god, improved dodging on dungeons.
Yeah, we can definitely do the tower since it's not Deep of Night. I feel like in Deep of Night, the tower is just not even ever worth it, at least at the high levels.
Oh my god, so we gain stamina on attack.
Yeah, it's so good.
R1 fan. What the
Oh, careful, careful. Nice.
I also have healing on successive HP, or successive attacks. So it's
Oh, nice.
all working together. I'll take a winning race for safety. Although it's freaking Dark Drift, I don't think we're gonna have a problem.
I feel like the castle is just always better. I mean, I guess you get legendaries from this sometimes, but...
It's gonna... My thing's got it. Come here. Oh, thank you. I think you're resistant. Dude, I've gotten like 7 legendary drops.
Got Twin Princess Greatsword.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's the one that spawns the holy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Cut me off.
Oh!
They're a dog.
I'll go on the hippo. The dog.
Anything with 4 legs is a dog. Anything that flies is oh no! I got tailed. This guy will not let me help you.
Go ahead and hold for us.
Another legend, 2 legendaries. Oh. Jesus. Do you have a lightning weapon by chance?
No.
Do you want a Euphoria or a Mogwin Sacred Spear?
I have 3 legendaries as well. Got the
Okay,
sunflower.
Oh, the sunflower. Nice.
Man, we have so many runes. Holy crap.
Damage negation.
Yeah, he's strong against holy. I'm getting like all holy weapon
He is.
drops.
It's still gonna be great against him,
Yeah.
though.
What does this power even do? Oh yeah, it gives you like extra merc or something. It's so stupid.
Oh. Ow, burning. Oh, faster charge for ultimate, though.
Yeah, it's not bad.
There is a... Oh, I missed the church. There's a boss here we can do.
True.
I hate this path, though. It sucks. Ah. Oh, Black Knight Great.
Oh, black. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so many runes. No, I forgot about the backstep animation for Duchess. Swag.
I don't think I've ever dodged something with that before.
Wonder if it's goaded. What did we... Oh, we fought Ancestral Spirit. What if there's a double mimic here? Bro. Rat.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'm doing. Holy shit, dude. Wow. Alright. Lower FP consumption, okay, sure. Wow. Man, poor Dark Drift Knight's gonna get obliterated.
All right. Hey, Noble Frog. Thank you for the 32 months, man. Oh, yeah, we are doing Lethal Company after this, by the way, chat. After this game. Yeah, me too, actually. Or like, can he still target us if we're?
I don't know actually. He's facing me. I don't know. That could have. Nice. Now it's time to beat Lethal Company. Good.
Yeah.
Forever.
Well, I have the same setup. I gave us enough money to go to the Giga Planet,
Right,
so
yeah.
surely we will get what we need.
Slick. Cool. If you want to do more Nightreign at some point, I'm always
Yeah,
down.
for sure. We gotta continue.
Up to 6 people with this too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do it.
Kind of a
easy.
Kind of a steamroll though.
Yeah. I kind of figured. But yeah, we also got to continue the DS3 run. Sorry, I've been
Yeah.
like, it's been like
You're
a
good,
week
you're
now.
good.
Yeah,
There's plenty of stuff to do, so
for
no
sure.
worries.
All right.
All right.
I'll see you in a few minutes for lethal.
See ya.
All right. Lethal is in like 10 minutes. I'm gonna turn on some music, go use the restroom. I will be right back, chat. But yeah, we are gonna be hopefully beating